Hello, and welcome to our reading of Empire Storms, where we read chapters 28 through 47. Just a reminder to our viewers that we have read Tower of Dawn, but we will not be discussing it in these episodes. Just FYI. And of course, if you haven't read The Assassin's Blade, then stop what you're doing and read it because it's very important.
All of the other books leading up to this book.
All the other books.
We're going to ruin them.
Yeah.
Pause
All right,
now.
so where
Spoilers.
did we leave off? Right, so we left off when the big, I guess like it's not big, but like the reunion between Aelin and Rolf. Just found out that Selena is Aelin.
So good. So good.
So showy.
I love her.
I wouldn't really have it any other way.
No.
From here on out, can we refer to Rolf as Big Dumb Idiot number 2? Big Dumb Idiot number 1's already taken up by Lorcan, but I feel like Rolf is kind of Big Dumb Idiot number 2.
I was just gonna say, is Lorcan number 1?
Yeah, that's who I thought of immediately.
And is that just because Biggest Dumb Idiot is on another continent, so we don't have to talk about him? Is that why he's not
Is
ranking?
that Kale?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just figure that one without saying.
I thought we were pretending he didn't exist in this discussion.
No, we can't talk about anything that happens to him in Tower of Dawn, but we all know he exists.
And we're assuming he's still a Big Dumb Idiot?
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, we are.
No, I would think Lorcan is Biggest Dumb Idiot, and then Kale would be Big Dumb Idiot number 1. I think Lorcan's the dumbest.
I didn't know we were going to kick this episode off with who's the biggest dumb idiot, but I'm going to have to disagree. I still think it's Kale.
Jamie?
Remember when we thought it was Rowan? All because he wouldn't admit his feelings.
He's made me angry at times, but I never thought of him as like a real big dumb idiot. And I was just like, come on, dude. Like, really? But
I like to hear what everyone thinks, whether it's Kale or Lorcan or someone else.
Yeah, who does everybody think is the biggest dumb idiot? Please let us know. Comment, chat us. Let's fight about it.
I mean, if I had to pick, yeah, I'd say Lorcan is the biggest.
Thank you.
He is significantly stupid. I'm not gonna deny that. He's got some learning to do.
Sorry for derailing our conversation about Big Dumb Idiot number 2. I just wanted to establish how we were referring to him.
Yeah.
But
so
he's
Rolf.
a big dumb idiot.
I have to admit, I had to remember who Big Dumb Idiot number 2 was. After that, I was like, I've already forgotten who we're discussing. Rolf! Yeah, I personally think that his and Aelin's relationship, like, I didn't really know how it was going to go down, but this was perfect. It was just like, no, absolutely not. Get out of my office. Like, I am not working with you, to like finally working together, which happened in the best way.
She's like sends out like essentially a beacon to all the bad guys and it's like, come attack Rolf. And then Rolf's like, oh no, I'm being attacked. How did this happen? And she was like, I don't know. Couldn't tell you how it happened. But I'll save you and you'll help me. And he was like, I didn't see this coming, but I guess.
Oh, it was such a badass power move, honestly, when she's like, all right, well, we're going to leave now, and you're going to need to fight, like, the whole Valg armada. I was like, oh, my goodness.
He's so dumb.
Did he come around, though?
Yes. And I was just thinking in my brain, but I'm pretty sure that Aelin is still chaotic good. Like, very chaotic, but still good. Like, has the best intentions. Yeah. Like, was willing to sacrifice Rolf and his whole town almost knowing that he was not going to let that happen in order to save the bigger picture. So,
Had happened, she was willing to leave, like, full on ready to, like, pee.
oh yeah, she had like the getaway boat and everything. I was so impressed. I was like, this is awful, but also badass. I'm here. I'm here for this. Give me some popcorn.
Also, love that her and Lysandra have had this plan for, like, weeks, where Lysandra was like, gotta figure out what these water dragons look like.
Yep. Oh yeah,
That
I
was
didn't catch that
amazing.
at all. Yeah, that was so cool. It's like, come on, Brooke, how did you not get that? Like, Lysandra's just like studying the ancient runes to figure out what the sea dragons look like. So cool.
Yeah, wasn't that amazing? Like never having seen one, but like just picking up on things that she learned from the books and stuff,
Yeah.
and to shapeshift into one. Like she's amazing.
Yeah. For so many reasons, like just her craft of being able to make herself into these really cool creatures, some that she's never seen, and then like just also her like everything that she did as the sea monster in the battle was just so impressive. I was so scared for her the whole time. And
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I fell so deep in love with her in that moment.
like
What
when it
a
was
big
like 2 or 3 of creatures against one against her, and you're just like, oh my god, is she gonna make it?
Yep, yep.
What a big turning point for Dorian and Adian, though. When Dorian, like, yeeted that rock through one of them, and Adian was like, my guy, maybe I was wrong. I was like, yeah, bro, you were wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Dorian came in super clutch. Then like Adian came in super clutch. With Lysandra being the clutchest of the clutches. Like,
Oh, yeah. I definitely just messed that up. Adian shot a crossbow through one, and Dorian
yeah.
threw a rocket one, something like
Dorian like
that.
used his power to like boulder it to death and
Yeah.
then like froze it and then it shattered as he froze it fully. It was nuts.
What
Yeah.
an intense battle scene.
So good. So good. And I
And
mean
so many
like
elements too. Like it's not just like bows and arrows and swords. There's like magic and shapeshifting and
yeah.
like that's really cool.
I also have to say that seeing things from Lysandra's perspective while she was the sea serpent was really cool. Like I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
this was the first time we've ever seen something from the perspective of a shifter and like just everything that was going through her mind about like, I have to stay in control, but at the same time, like in order to fully like use this body, like I have to let its nature take over, but like its nature is something I created. So like who knows how this is gonna go? And I was just like, I'm even afraid of being in the water right now, and you're just about to tear shit up. And I was just like, oh my goodness, major props.
Yeah. And also love that out of everyone that Aelin lets in on her planning and scheming, it's Lysandra and not one of the
It's
guys.
the two of them, like the two of them just like scheming in the back room while everyone thinks they know what's going on and they have no idea.
Yeah. Who's your favorite relationship? Only correct answer, Lysandra and Aelin. Just like tricking all the boys always.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love the multiple times that Rowan's like, can you just like let me know what's happening? Sorry, honey. Too good. Yeah. Um, that's not even to say like how they got in that mess, which was like Aelin burrowing too deep into her power, we thought at the time, and then like connecting it with the word key and then getting possessed by a goddess.
It just
Oops.
like kept escalating and escalating. I know, because like I think, well, when I read it, I was like, oh no, she's gonna burn out again, like how she did in Air of Fire. But nope, this is different.
Very different and like becomes more different when we realize that she and Adian are descended from Mala, like the goddess. Like, okay, there are levels of this happening that I am loving.
Is it Adian or Dorian?
Right, Dorian. Well, I guess
Dorian.
both of them? No.
I can't remember who they descended from. Like,
No,
is it Ash River or is it like some other?
right. Which half of Aelin is it? It's
Yeah.
definitely the Dorian half, so I don't think it's Adian. But yeah, finding out about that was interesting and makes a lot of sense now that we know that, like, why Dorian and Aelin are so powerful, especially when they combine their powers. It's like, okay, I'd like to see more of that, please.
Is there anything else
How do
you
you,
want to see more of from Dorian?
There's a lot more that I want to see of Dorian, let me tell you, but I don't know if we're at that point. Are we there? Are we just gonna jump?
let's just do it. this
Guys,
this has no structure.
that scene was amazing, and it was just like 50 pages too short, in my
let's
opinion.
remind me. How did we get to that point? So we know that like Manon was trying to escape Grandma Blackbeak. And I guess
Yeah.
her and the 13 got separated. Is that what happened?
Yep. Yeah. So back in the last part that we read, Manon attempted to kill Grandma Blackbeak and failed, unfortunately. So the rest of the 13 escaped on their wyverns while Manon battled with Grandma Blackbeak. Fast forward to Manon is super hurt, and her and Abraxos escaped like the witches
Oh,
that
the
were following
Ilkin.
them. Well,
Yeah.
no, then they meet the God, what does she call herself? The
The
Ilkin?
Oh,
Bloodhound or
the
something?
Bloodhound.
Bloodhound.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bloodhound. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wonder if she pops up again. So they escape the Bloodhound, and then Manon is super, super hurt and just tells Abraxas to go to the shore and to find somewhere safe. And Abraxas finds their like ship caravan, because I think that he went to Dorian specifically and was like, "Here's Manon, take care of her, please." And Dorian jumped in the water and saved her, and now she's getting better and the emotions are high.
I wonder if he like knew because like obviously he saw that Manon saved Dorian's life, so maybe
Mm-hmm.
he put the two and two together and was like, okay, someone's safe. Who is that? That boy
Yeah.
you saved?
Abraxas is a very emotionally intelligent wyvern. I mean, I think that,
Yeah, he
he loves his
is.
flowers. He connected with Manon when she chose him. Like, he's very emotionally intelligent. And I think in that moment,
Thank you,
he,
Elena.
mine's on my water bottle.
I would say that Abraxas is the most emotionally intelligent man in this book.
Oh, by leaps and
I like.
bounds.
Pretty much like the whole series.
Yes. Yes. Abraxas, least dumb idiot, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. He
Yeah.
knew that there was something wrong with the sheep, didn't eat it, like
No, he's a smart
those
boy.
flowers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sees
And the fact,
Elide as like his BFF.
I love that Abraxas is just like chilling on the deck of the boat, and like nobody really knows what to do with him, while Manon's like, downstairs in her like room prison, recovering.
Speaking of dumb idiots, like Aelin finding out that Manon just like sent a lead out into the world on her own for no reason and like losing her mind. Fair. A fair, like a little bit
So
over the
fair.
top, but kind of fair.
No, I really don't think so, because I mean, we all said it too at the time. I still don't really understand why Manon couldn't get her just a little bit closer. Even if it was like, I can't fly into Terrasen, like, okay. But could you just drop her at the border? Like, yeah.
Maybe she just saw that
Woman.
Ellie needed some more character development to do with the
Yeah.
poor ankle.
I mean, I'm not going to complain, because dropping her in the woods had her meet Lorcan, which I'm very emotionally invested in now. So it's fine, Manon.
So invested.
Yeah, but Manon is definitely up there for least emotionally intelligent. Like, maybe the most emotionally unintelligent person in this whole
That's
series.
well,
Mm,
yeah, that's a
Lorcan,
given
still
though.
She and,
Lorcan.
she and Lorcan, though, I can picture the two of them having a conversation where they're just like watching people like converse with each other and neither of them get it. They're like, what is this?
Yeah, well, she had Grandma Blackbeak as her family, so
Yes. Yeah.
I'll give her
Yeah.
some slack for that.
Lorcan's had a rough upbringing too, so we all understand why they're stupid, but they're still stupid.
But I think they like Manon has grew up a lot more or developed a lot
Yes.
more. She even questioned about like, what is love and where no one else really did that.
Mhm. Yeah. She's come a long way.
Such a long way. Okay, back to
Speaking,
Dorian and
yeah.
Manon, right?
Speaking of Manon coming a long way, or not coming a long way, coming a long
She's
way.
she's in prison now, right? She's chained up.
Prison, yeah. So she's been like all chained up in her room, in the ship, getting better, and is just like visited in shifts by like Aelin or Adian or Dorian.
And Dorian's visits is obviously the best.
Yeah. And I feel like Dorian has decided that he'll like never find love and doesn't deserve it. So he's pulled a full 180 and he's like, let's just have meaningless sex. And I'm like, I'm okay if this is where this starts. That's fine. I know you'll get there. Beautiful.
Their interaction was so funny because I'm pretty sure my theory was that like Manon was gonna be super intense and dominant, and Dorian was gonna be like, just take it and be like, oh, did not see that coming. Did not see the flip.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I've never even glimpsed this part of Dorian, other than like maybe in their first interaction, but he was like still a Valg host, so I thought most of it was like he's got a Valg inside him, so of course he's gonna be like uber extra dominant sexual, and it's like, oh no, that was him the whole time.
But basically, it was cut too short, and we need more, right?
Yeah, that whole scene was just absolute magic. When he walked back into the room after leaving the first time, I was like, "Oh, I am here for this!" Like Aelin and Rowan.
Dorian,
Oh shoot,
Dorian
we skipped over that scene.
Halibard.
What, Elena?
What scene?
We skipped from the battle to Dorian and Manon.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. We did.
We did.
What
Okay,
battle again?
I'm just saying we're gonna have to backtrack at some point because in the middle there was the Rowan Aelin scene.
Are we done talking about Dorian and Manon?
No, we're not. I just realized that we had like chronologically.
I can't remember the last time we were good at being chronological.
Can you blame us for talking about a really super hot couple that was a little bit unexpected?
No. I can't blame us. I'm just surprised that somehow we skipped over the other super hot couple to get to this hot. Not that I'm upset. Like I'm just.
Yeah.
It's out of character.
We're
for us.
skipping around hot couples. I get you.
Yeah, I would still rank the Aelin and Rowan scene above the Dorian and Manon scene. Like overall, if I had to rank like favorite scenes from this section, it would still be that one. But I will say there were a lot of contenders.
No, I think I would put Dorian and Manon above just because like we've been waiting for the Aelin Rowan scene. You knew it was coming at some point. And then I just feel like the Dorian and Manon scene was so out of nowhere and just the way it happened was so unexpected.
It was amazing.
Yeah. I also love that everyone knows it happened. Like they didn't tell anyone, but everyone just walked in and were like,
Dorian, you going a little witch on us? Yes, I am.
Probably expect to see some scratch marks on him.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm going to do my best not to read the entire last section of this book tonight.
All right, well, let's go back to our number one favorite couple. And it's
we all agree on that, right?
I think so, right?
Elena.
no, I don't. I just feel like they're a little. Like at this point, I'm just like I like the like unknown scenes, like the build up, and like we've had the
Mm.
build up. Like I still think they're a good couple, but like right now I'm kind of living for Lorcan and Elide personally.
I
Right,
was
because
gonna guess.
they're not established yet. It's a
Yeah.
lot of I know, I totally see where you're coming from. But we've been
I'm
waiting for this. We were waiting for this since like Air of Fire.
yeah, like
Even
chapter
though it was
12.
such like strong friend vibes, but like even Queen of Shadows,
Yeah, I think this scene for me, like now I can sort of be like, okay, Aelin and Rowan are all set. They're doing their thing. I will still take all the cute scenes with them, no problem. But like, I will definitely put my focus toward others at this point. And I think that's why, because the Dorian and Manon scene comes after, and I think that's why it's like, especially like, I love that scene. But I think that like the Aelin and Rowan scene, like finally like getting to be together like that, like oh my goodness, I screenshotted so many of their lines together. I was just like,
in
my
the
heart.
scene on the beach, you mean, or like throughout the
No,
series?
just like no. There were just so many wonderful lines in that, like in the whole beach scene. I mean, it was like half a chapter long, but I had so many lines that like my heart just like died a little bit of happiness with all of these.
Was
I
it
don't,
what you expected? Because I know,
yeah.
like, you guys were waiting for, like, when are they gonna profess their love for each other?
Hmm.
Make it official and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I think it was super cute because it's after the battle scene and Aelin finally realizes like how much Rowan means to her and how Rowan can pull her back even when she feels like she's like beyond reach. And it just makes the scene extra special.
Yeah. Yeah, that Karanam scene with them on the boat. Oh my god. Just like, yeah. They're so perfect. Like they're such a perfect pair. But yeah, I just like there were so many great quotes. Like the first one that I put down was that feeling that passed between them, so powerful there was no language to describe it. It was not mere friendship, but something born of and strengthened by it. And I was just like,
That's sweet.
they love each other. Like DTFO Fenris. I don't care what crush you had a year ago. Go away.
Are you still worried that's gonna happen?
Oh, I'm not actively worried, but I don't like that he's trying to front. Like, just back
I
up.
think you're the only one that's I think
I
it's
have,
very clear that,
yeah,
Rowan and Aelin will be together and whatever whoever comes between them, it's not it's not the same. It's not the same
no,
relationship.
I do not think that Sarah is going to try to now like get Aelin to be with Fenris. I think like my concern is like what are Fenris's weird like feelings for Aelin and like how is that going to come out? Because I still feel like it's going to come out. And like there's a part of me that is just very worried that there is a timeline in which Rowan dies and Fenris is there to pick up the pieces. And if that happens, I will not be able to discuss it.
And this is all because of that one scene where he's like, or they find out that Fenris was the one that wanted to tutor Aelin, right?
It's definitely born of that, but I feel like there are just like a lot of weird like one-liners about how he's like always there and how he's like always around her, and then like how he was the one that saved her after Deanna tried to like take her over and then she accidentally blew up half the ship and killed a bunch of people and was like passed out in the water, and it's like all of a sudden Fenris is the one that's trying to save her and like jumping them with his power back to the shore, and I'm just like there's no way that Aelin and Rowan are not going to be together forever.
Has your feelings for Fenris changed since the first part to this part?
Yes, I will say I talk a big game, but I do really love Fenris, and I think in this part I really saw that I want Aelin to murder Maeve and like free all of the cadre from her influence, because she is just absolutely awful, so gross. And I love Fenris. Like he seems like he's the one that is like specifically not okay with Maeve. Like he joined up to try to save his brother, and not out of any like want for power or fame or anything. And I just want Aelin to help him get out of it.
I think he's like a good male character that is like doesn't need to be seen as like a romantic interest,
Mm-mm.
but just like for like friendship, like another friendship for Aelin.
And I would be okay with that. I would be totally okay if he was like, yeah, there was a time where I totally wanted to bone you, but like I see that you're with Rowan and you're just really cool. Can we be friends? I'd be all right with that.
In a reference to another book that I personally don't think is a spoiler, I think he's the Therion of this book.
You think he's a Therian?
Just like with his
No.
flirtiness. Like the
Okay.
No, but
flirtiness of
that
him.
that
It's the
other
main
guy
character.
that you referenced, he's a dum dum. If we were gonna rank like all the big idiots, Therian is on that list.
Can I say that somebody the other day said that out of that whole book, Therian was their favorite character? And I was just like, I've lost all respect for you, random internet person.
What about Ethan? What about Rune?
What about literally anyone else?
Anyone else?
I'm leading this section. Can you just beep every time we say a name?
No, because I think that was okay enough. And no one knows what book we're talking about, and if they haven't read it, one name's not gonna. There was no plot. We didn't ruin it. I'll let it go. I'll let it slide.
Oh, I did a thing that wasn't a spoiler.
This one stays.
Surprise.
Yeah, I like
Look,
Fenris. I like Gabrielle. I'm excited to see where that whole story goes.
before the episode like officially started, we were talking about the cadre, and I think Brooke, you very succinctly said it just seems like there are too many cadre members for them all to live. And personally,
does.
I don't think Gabrielle's gonna make it out.
I don't
Like
think so either.
I don't see a world like because him and Adian started like so rocky in their relationship, and Adian pointing out all the places where he's kind of failed
Yeah.
him and just like in general. And after the battle and him helping, like, and on the boat, they're like finally getting to a place where like he doesn't actively like he doesn't really want a relationship with him, but like he doesn't. There's not the anger there as much. It feels like, and I just feel like Gabriel's gonna sacrifice himself to save Adian, so Adian and Lysandra can be together at some point. And it's gonna be a sad moment because I'm gonna quote Brooke again. He's the only one with a personality.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like over the last couple of scenes, Fenris has definitely
yeah.
like established himself as a real character that like I see a future in which he could die and like that could be sad. We're not there yet, but definitely like if Gabrielle died in the next few chapters, I wouldn't be like crying, but I would be crushed for Adian and like the future that they could have. And there's a lot of foreshadowing about like Gabrielle's like he's the best of me, like he's going to be my future, and just like, oh man, I'm not excited because there are too many cadre members.
Yeah.
And I could see like maybe Connell dying before we really get to know him as like a way to enrage Fenris or something. But I think she's going to kill one of the ones we know. And I don't think it's Lorcan. So my money would be on Gabrielle.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also leaning towards Gabrielle. And I could see, like, not this book, but a scenario in maybe the next book where one of the twins dies too, just in the, like, stereotypical one twin dies and one twin lives bit, or that we've definitely seen in other popular books before.
You can't spoil Harry Potter at this point, right? Like, it's been long enough. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And like Vahan or however you pronounce his name, he's still super random. And I think we would need
Isn't
to.
he with them? Didn't he start out with Fenris and Gabrielle, and then he like went in his bird form to like do some sleuthing and never came back?
He went to sleuth. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure we'll meet all of them before the series is over and like get to know them at least sort of well. But yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think Lorcan's gonna die either. I'd be very sad if Lorcan died. He's the biggest dumb idiot, but I kind of love him.
He's making progress.
I'm pretty sure he's also like the least like out of the cadre member.
Yeah.
So I mean, like if we lost him, it wouldn't be that big of a loss. compared to the other ones, but because like he's such like a prominent character in like elite sections and stuff that he has a POV and things that we get to know him and learn that he is a big idiot.
Yeah, I don't think that we make it out of the whole series with like all of the relationships being intact. Like I think people are going to need to die, but I don't think Lorcan dies in this book at least. Like he and
Would-
Elide need to be together before that happens.
What if no one dies? Or like they fake die and then they come back.
They fake die and then come back?
Yeah, like they fake they die and they come.
That's happened in other books that aren't connected to
Yeah,
this one. So yeah, I'll let this pass.
It hasn't happened, right? In other series.
Yeah. I would have to see how it is
Place.
done. Because my thing is you can't have a huge long book series that leads up to this big awful war and then have no one die. Like someone's gotta die. I'm not gonna be happy about it, but it has to happen.
I know 2 people that will 100% die. Maven, Grandma Blackbean.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
You're not actually spoiling things. You're just guessing very strongly. Okay. I would also
strong.
go
I
for it.
did not look it up, Brooke. I know that it might be within the realm of possibilities, but I didn't. I just feel very strongly that they will die, and I will not be sad about it.
I would agree with that. I think that they definitely both die. I'm saying one of our like beloved
so.
characters at least is going to need to perish.
But if I change my mind and I say, no, I really love Grandma Blackbean, I'll be really sad. Can it count then?
Yes. Oh.
Oh.
Also, if no one's heard you refer to her as Grandma Blackbean by now, like, who is this character? Grandma Blackbean, guys. It's the big GBB.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Wait, can we go back to the beach scene?
We can.
Were you guys satisfied with the love scene?
This isn't YA anymore. It's just not. I really thought it was going to be because this came out before Tower of Dawn. No spoilers. But Tower of Dawn was also not YA in certain areas.
Yeah, that's the only thing we'll spoil. Tower of Dawn is not YA.
It got so detailed. I was like,
So
whoa.
detailed.
Like, okay, I know I keep saying this, but like, I'm not a prude. But when you have your mindset that this is like a YA series, you have certain expectations that this is either going to be Fates of Black or not as detailed. And then I'm reading this scene, I'm just like, whoa, it just keeps going. I'm here for it, but like, wow, this isn't what I was expecting.
Yeah, I could definitely see how like certain parents would be real PO'd if they let their kids read this and then they were like, I'm sorry, what did you just read? Yeah.
What did you slide into?
Yeah, who was sliding into who? Yeah, it was great. But I think that the biggest reason that the scene was great is just like the two of them like finally like the culmination of like everything they've been through together, like even from where they started, like, and they've talked about it a couple times in this book, like I hated you, like they hated each other. Like I don't think I've ever seen like enemies so strong to lovers ever happen. Like they hit each other.
Thought he beat her. Like I feel like he literally punched her in the face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have. Yeah, so I really liked it because it was finally like their moment to be like, we are going to be together, especially because a lot of this book has been talking about like maybe Aelin should marry someone with armies and like do the queenly thing. And it's like that was finally the moment where they were like, absolutely not. Like, I'm gonna be with you, you are my person. I'm not gonna even like hide you in my bed and like marry someone else like to do the whole queen thing. I loved it.
You don't need someone with armies when you have a Fae Prince that can yeet an arrow like half a mile in the air to murder the last witch thing.
That was so cool.
Has it been mentioned about like because so you know like Rowan he's immortal, and then has they talked about like Aelin's lifespan at all?
Yeah.
Well,
Like does
they don't know yet because since she's part Fae, like apparently she may go through a thing where she could be, but it's
yeah you don't
unlikely because she's
know.
so little Fae. Like it seems more likely for Adian, but maybe Aelin. TBD is my
Hmm.
understanding.
Yeah,
I
they keep
can't help but
referring.
feel like I can't help but feel uneasy when they keep mentioning it. I'm just like, stop mentioning it.
Yeah, I mean, they keep referring to the settling, so like I feel like that is the answer. And I just don't think that you can be descended from like a fae goddess and then not be able to be immortal. That's just, I'm not worried about it, actually. I'm like 100%. I know that she's going to be immortal. There's no way that this series ends with like Rowan still being like perfectly young and chiseled and like old, decrepit Aelin. Like, that's not going to happen.
I mean, that
No.
was part of her fear. Then, like, she doesn't want to hold him back.
Yeah. Yeah. But even like worst case scenario, if she didn't, it's like, okay, well, he spends the next like 60 years with you and then like moves on. And to him, like 60 years isn't like a big deal. And I don't mean moves on like
No.
emotionally, I mean just like continues living. Yeah.
It also just makes me sad. I don't know.
Yeah.
He can't have more than one mate though, per Jamie. So he definitely can't have more than two mates.
I was gonna say, are we discussing that in this episode? Because they're definitely mates, right? Like, yeah.
You can
Okay.
only have one mate.
Oh my god,
No.
no, no one believes you.
Yeah.
And
But
by no
it's
one, I
true.
mean me.
It's true.
No.
Did I lie? I don't think I lied.
Yeah. That part where you said you can only have one mate.
Yeah, you can only have one mate.
Lies.
Nope.
I read it. I read it. It happened.
Oh
Real
yeah.
mates. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
100%. What do you will see?
What other couple you guys want to talk about?
All of them.
Freaking
Elena would like to talk about Lorcan.
Go
I
on, Elena.
Elena,
I
tell us
just
how much you
love.
love Lorcan.
Okay, I don't love Lorcan. I love Lorcan and Elide. I think they're so funny. I like am living for their scenes where she's just like, do this, and he's like, I don't know, and she's like, do it, and he's like, okay, I'll do it. I could murder you, but I'll do it, I guess, if that's what you want, maybe. So
So
stupid.
many
And I just like
there's so many
what?
examples. There's so many examples of that too. Like him doing things that like shows that he cares about this person. Like wrapping her ankle, cleaning her clothes. There's another one, but I'm not sure if you guys got there yet. And in case no one knows, I already read this book. um,
I don't know if we have because I don't remember there being
I
another
feel
time
like
that he like took care of her.
yeah, I feel like if it has happened, we would have talked about
Yeah. Not that I remember.
it.
Oh, Elena, do you remember any other ways that he's
Not where he took care of her. He followed her around to all the inns to like watch her try and figure out where Aelin was and was super impressed. Like he was like, wow, she's really good at talking to people. I'm really bad at talking to people. She's really good at it.
Yeah. They are like the best pairing in that way because it's just like this guy who is, I mean, arguably even more powerful than Rowan. He's like very powerful and like can kill people with a single thought. And then you've got like little Elide who can barely even walk. And she has just like needed to learn how to be really powerful in her own right. And I love watching how impressed he is by her. Just like, yeah,
I love that.
girl's impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I love their scenes watching them like in the circus where he's like throwing knives around and is like, oh, this is so boring. And she's like, oh my God, that's so cool. And he's just like, when is it over?
Yeah, the two of them, like, being their normal selves and the other one drooling over the other one. I loved that. Where she was like, oh, hot damn, he's really hot. And then, like, walked away. And he was like, wait, where'd she go? And then he goes and follows her and just, like, sees her with some makeup on and is like, wow, she's really pretty. I kind of want to do her. And then, all hell breaks loose. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
big dumb
I know,
idiot
I'm
is
interested.
learning.
He's so dumb. I love it so much. I'm also really interested to see like how his magic plays out. I feel like the idea of his magic being death magic is really interesting.
Yeah, if only we had something to compare it to from other books, but I'm
I
totally
was
in the
gonna
dark on this
say,
one.
I wish we could think of another character anywhere in any book series that has death magic.
Maybe even multiple characters, but there's nothing. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how it turns out.
Yeah, death magic seems sketchy. Could never be one of my favorite characters in a different book series.
Definitely not. But yeah, his magic is very cool. And I think that he also doesn't fully understand his magic. He's just like, I don't know, it's death and stuff. So I'm excited to maybe see if he gets some clarity on what his magic does.
Wasn't it like tapping on the shoulder or something like that and death was there? It was like not it was like a feeling. It was I think that's how he described
I don't
it.
remember.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Jamie, how
There
is that
is
the one detail? I know one detail that I remember.
yeah. His shadows are cool. I like
Weird shadows, huh?
shadows
he
and
has
death
shadows.
magic. Yeah,
Wow. Interesting.
cool.
Haven't
Yeah,
seen
Can I
that.
talk about my favorite scene?
Yeah.
My favorite scene in this whole book so far.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
I want to know what is it?
Jamie, you know what I'm gonna say too. The one
It's your
where
favorite
they're
scene.
yeah, my favorite scene. The one where they're escaping from the circus because they get turned in. Not the circus, the like festival. It's not a circus. Anyway,
They're
they're
escaping the
escaping.
town.
Yeah. And they like steal a guy's boat and Elide's like, we promise not to kill you. I swear I won't kill you. And Lorcan just stands there and she goes downstairs to do something. And then he comes down and has blood all over him. Not all over him, but like a little bit of blood. And she's like, what you doing? And he's like, nothing, how you doing? And she's like, did you kill that guy? And he was like, how do you figure it out? And then she gets really mad because she promised him that like they wouldn't kill him, and like she's really upset, and he's all indignant, like I had to kill him, but I had not my fault. And then like they go upstairs, and there's a big old pile of blood, and she's like, "You thought I wasn't gonna notice?"
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lorcan is
Oh,
just like
that
lawful
scene.
neutral.
I thought you
He's
were gonna say Dorian and
Stupid.
Manon were your favorite scene, but okay, now yes, this scene.
Elena likes the one where Lorcan kills a guy and tries to get away with it.
I like the one where Lorcan kills a guy, and is surprised she noticed the blood and thought he was gonna get away with it when there was a bigger pile of blood just waiting.
He's a big dumb idiot.
It's like doing things around the house and like thinking your wife won't notice the little changes.
Yeah. Or the big changes. Like, where'd the new
Yourself,
couch come
yeah.
from?
Why
Oh,
you thought
I just cleaned. Like, what is this big stain doing here? Wasn't there before. You think I wouldn't notice?
Yeah.
so stupid? It just makes me so happy. Because he thinks, like, I just feel like he's so arrogant. Like, he thinks he's the best at everything. And then if you, like, see in his mind, he's like, I'm the best at everything. But also, like, wow, that other person's, like, really good at something. I guess I'm not. But, like, he doesn't realize he's not. He's just, like, thinking that he can't do that. But if you ask him, he would still say he's the best at it. There's just a disconnect. I love him. Sorry.
He's
Being
so
lovable
weird.
idiot.
He's so weird. Yeah. And I love that he's now like on his way to murder Aelin in the most painful way possible.
I'm like so curious to see this scene.
Which we know, like, is not gonna happen. Like,
No,
it's
there's
like,
no way.
we're reading him with this, like him describing how he's gonna kill her or whatever. But like, we know it's not gonna happen.
I'm just so
Worried at
excited.
all.
I'm so excited because he's going and it's like, I'm gonna murder her. And then Gabriel and Fenris are hanging out being like, Lorcan's gonna come here and we're gonna murder him. We're gonna murder the other.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's because like 20 chapters ago, Aelin was like, at some point, Lorcan is going to come and try to kill me, so you guys should just hang around. Yep.
Neither of them are gonna kill the other one, and it's I don't know how they're not gonna kill the other one yet, but it's gonna be entertaining.
Yeah. I have to assume it's
reunion.
Elide. It's gonna be Elide. She's gonna be like, no, and then reveal her amazing magical powers.
Yeah, Elide's gonna be like, Lorcan, don't do that, and he's gonna be like, but I really want to, and she goes, no, thank you, and he goes, okay.
So you guys think Elide will have some like magic or something?
Yeah, because the word key, like she can like interact with the word key, right? Like it reacts when like she's emotional. And would that happen with a normal person? Maybe. I don't know.
I will say that I would be okay if Elide did not have powers because I think that she is badass enough without them. But I just think there's going to be something. And I don't know if it's just that she's going to channel the word key to like use its power or what. But I think that there's something. Like we still don't really know like 100% of Elide's heritage. So I think there's something in there.
Do you guys have any like theories of what's going to happen next?
Lorcan's not going to kill Aelin, and the Cadre is not going to kill Lorcan.
That's a given. Although I don't know about the Fenris and Gabriel killing Lorcan. That could still happen.
Dude, can my theories include the spoilers that I've actually accidentally been exposed to?
No, not for me and not for anyone watching this. I will protect them. I'm really hoping some alone time between Dorian and Manon. That would be great. Because I will say, as much as I love like the slow buildup that SJM is really good at, I would also totally take one couple that just like bang it out for a while and then they go, oh wait, I love you. Like, yeah.
Go the opposite way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Totally down. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like we're all going to the Stone Marshes area to go find the lock to hopefully combine the 3 word keys and then take care of the Valg problem. But that seems way too easy, especially knowing there's one more book after this, since Tower of Dawn takes place simultaneously to this book. So I feel like something goes wrong. I don't know what it is. I still don't trust Maeve and I want her dead. And at some point she's going to become a problem because we know that she's in Eelway and is going to kill everybody there with Erewhon. Or like Erewhon's at least going to kill everybody to try to get Aelin to come out and fight him. So that's got to come to a head.
Yeah. We can only hope Maeve dies, right? Eventually.
She's got to. She has to.
Like, no one wants her here.
I personally hope that one of the Cadre kill her. I don't know if it would be Rowan. I don't know if it'll be Fenris. I would love if Aelin somehow like helped them get their freedom and it was one of them that killed her.
I feel like it'd be more satisfying if it was Aelin.
Yeah.
To me anyway.
Yeah.
Like after she frees them. Or because the other option is like she kills Maeve and then they're free because the blood oath is no longer applicable.
Yeah. I feel like the cadre members have more of a right to kill her. Like they should have first dibs. I don't really care who kills her. I just want her dead.
No, I care a little bit who kills her. Like, if it was Kale, I'd be like, that's kind of a downer.
Kale comes out of nowhere.
You're not wrong. Oh wait, you're not wrong.
That would be silly.
Like, if Kale came out of nowhere and like stabbed her with his like cane, it would be kind of answer. Like, where do you come from?
That would be silly.
Yeah.
Or his sword, or really any like shot her. Like, I don't care how he killed her. It would just be.
Be awful.
Oh, there was another scene. Sorry, it just came to my mind. With Lorcan and Elide, where Elide is giving him, like, sharing more background about her past and things like that. That it was her uncle that did all these awful things to her, and then Lorcan like offering to off him for her, and I was like, oh, that's so nice.
Yep. The who hurt you scene. And I'm
Yes.
like, oh yeah.
Who did this to you?
Yep.
Yeah, when they were still gonna separate and go their separate ways, and he wasn't like, I'm gonna come up with a fake excuse to go kill Aelin so I can keep spending time with you.
Yeah, both of them simultaneously secretly trying to figure out how not to leave the other one. I'm like, I don't know, you could just admit that you like each other. That would work.
Well, and does Lorcan in this like bit also find out who Elide is and that she's been lying about her name the whole time?
Yeah.
And it's like really angry and it's like, how could you lie to me? And she's like, get over it. And he's like,
If
Yeah.
anyone can like talk him off or like, shut him down, it's Elide.
It's so great. Yeah.
I love that.
I just picture this very small, petite, like little woman just like looking up at this very tall, like immortal Fey man and being like, stop being a baby. And he's like, fine.
I
Not a
will
baby.
say their fan art is really
can I look it up without spoilers? Is it gonna be bad?
Don't look it up.
Jamie, can you send us a picture of them
Yeah.
then? Okay.
But you're not allowed to look yourself.
But
We'll
I just
post-
want to see it.
It's literally how Brooke described it. Like this little woman and a
Very
big ass female.
We will post safe fan art in the Discord channel so that everyone can enjoy.
Yeah.
You're welcome from us.
Any other things you guys want to talk about before?
There's so much. There's so
Are we doing
much.
our next discussion in like 2 days? I just need to know like how quickly I get to read.
Well, the last section is 48 to the end.
And the epilogue of Tower of Dawn, right?
A good chunk.
Just us though,
Just
not
for us.
everyone else.
Oh.
Because we skipped the epilogue of Tower of Dawn. Or, I mean,
Yeah, so
2 of us skipped the epilogue of Tower of Dawn, and 1 of us read the first like sentence or 2 and totally spoiled things, but that's fine.
28 to 75.
28 to 75. Yeah.
Wait, so you're saying we're reading the epilogue and then I'm not going to be able to talk about it?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it at the... Well, no, I mean, we can talk about the epilogue, I guess, a little bit. We'll talk about it at the end, and we'll warn people that they have to watch.
We can
Read
talk
Tower of
about
Dawn first.
when we start reading Kingdom of Ash.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Or we'll shoot just a 15-minute extra episode and post it for everyone. Stay tuned to figure out what decision we come up with.
Who knows?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that I like absolutely need to discuss. I guess like I'm assuming the 13 are okay. Like I don't think anybody is in danger. That does remind me though that we kind of skipped over the Bloodhound showed up as
Yeah, and said she killed Astrid.
Yeah, Yeah, so the Bloodhound shows up pretending to be Fenris and goes to Manon's room with Aelin and Rowan and Adian? No, and Dorian. So the four of them go to Manon's room, and Manon immediately is like, "That's not Fenris," and it's the Bloodhound, that the Ilkin that attacked her in the forest. And the Bloodhound, it like tells her that um, Asterin has been killed by Erewhon, and like the 13 have been captured, and I don't know. I don't believe any of it at all.
Yeah.
Oh, she like gives her like her cloak or something. Like something
Yeah.
random that she like picked up off the ground and is like, no, I swear we have them captive.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, that starts that like second battle that Fenris almost dies in. The Ilkin like descend on the ship, and Fenris gets all like super poisoned. And we were gonna stop at chapter 46, and then we also read chapter 47 because we needed to find out what happened.
It wasn't my fault this time.
It was Jamie's idea.
It's a gift, an extra chapter. You're welcome.
Thank you. Not that I was worried about him, I have to say. Although the minute that I was like, there's no way Fenris dies, that would be so anticlimactic. And the response from Jamie was, does everyone want to read chapter 47? And I was like, oh my God, what?
Why not?
So no, he was fine.
Yeah.
But a whole lot of people die. And then that's where Rowan does his really cool archery and shoots down the... Is it the Bloodhound that he kills? Is it the last?
I don't know if it's the Bloodhound or just one of the other Ilkin.
I think it's the Bloodhound.
We'll find out in the next section.
We're gonna have to double check. But yeah, I'm not worried about the 13. I think they're fine.
We trust Manon.
I trust the 13 too. Like, I just don't think that they would get captured. And also, like, if we went through Asterin's like possible beheading to have her die off screen, I would be so upset. Like, no. Not gonna happen. There are other people in this series that I still think are dead because they died in a super anticlimactic way, and I don't want there to be another one.
Wait, who else do you not think is dead because they died in a super anticlimactic?
We are going
I told
to
you.
No, we are going to the Red Desert. He is with the Assassin's Guild.
I looked it up.
There's a body. Aelin
it wasn't his body.
Laid with him, knew his scent profile. Even Rowan confirmed at his grave.
It wasn't his scent profile. He smelled like her soap. They could have easily made that happen.
Oh my God, you were such denial.
There are only two options, Jamie. Either he's alive or it was written badly. Which one do you want it to be? I'm going to choose he might be alive.
I'm so glad I looked it up. Otherwise, I would still be holding on to him being alive. And it would just make me so sad when he was dead. Because I'm still sad about it.
I'm not emotionally invested.
We can't always have like the perfect death. Sometimes there are off-screen deaths, even though there's a body.
Yeah.
Sam Cortland goes pretty high on the like emotionally in touch men list. Very sad about his death. Emotionally in touch characters in general. It doesn't really matter what gender you are in this book. Odds are you're not in touch.
That's fair. But yeah, can't wait to find Sam later. I'm excited.
I can't with you. Well, join us next time, guys.
Join us next time when we go back to the cool Red Desert Assassins Guild to find our friends there. And then we go find our other friend up in the Red Waste and just see what they've been up to and what other friends they might be hanging out with. I'm excited. Bye, guys.